Alright, if you don't know already from the title, this is the Gan RS Gans new budget cube that they just came out with. I also have the Cubicle Strong magnetization set, and I also have the Cubicle Premium lube set. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be notified of upcoming videos. I'm so excited to get into it. I had this new knife today for my unboxing. It's from, I can't remember the country right now, but it has a tiny knife and a bigger knife. So today we're going to be unboxing this with a super tiny knife. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is everything that we have in the package. So first, let's get into the lube. So first up, I ordered Lubical Black, which is the Cubicle's core lube. So I didn't have any core lube, so I decided to get some of this because I really needed some core lube for my cubes because I currently don't have any. So yeah, so this is their Lubical Black, which is their core lube. Also, in the premium bowl, we have 10cc bottles of X, Lubical Speedy, Lubical Silk, and D&M Mystic. And then we also have the Celeritas mixture, which is a chemically combined lube, and it reacts and it does some cool things. And then we also have the Cubicle 3x3 Strong Magnetic Kit, so it is 50 5x1 N48 magnets. So as you can see, it comes with some glue, some tips, and some magnets. So sadly, in my package with the Lubical Premium set, I did not receive a D&M 37, so I did have to contact them to get it. But yeah, so this is also supposed to come with a 10cc bottle of D&M 37. So later, I'm going to make a separate video on setting up the Gan 356R, and I will be using these lubes, so stay tuned for that, and that will really be my review on these lubes. But this is mainly just going to be the Gan R. Also, in that video, I will be magnetizing the Gan R. So, without further ado, let's get into the actual cube. So, this is a lot like the older Gan boxes where they had like a sheet like that. Now they just have like the white kind of boxes. They're kind of like Apple's boxes. So, we open it up here. And so, we have the Gan giant pamphlet. And then we have the cube, and that is what comes in the box. So let's take this unnecessary plastic wrap off. And here we go, the Gan R. Right away, I can feel that it is really, really lightweight. Let's take a look at these shades. They look like Fulbrights. They're not the old disgusting Gan R shades that we had in there. Let's look at tensions right now. It's a little tight, not too loose, not too tight. So yeah, so now let's get into first turns. Alright, right off the bat, I can feel that this cube is relatively dry. There's not a lot of lube in it. It does feel kind of like a sandy, scratchy kind of feeling. But it does feel like an overall Gan puzzle. It's not super fast right out of the box. It's a little bit kind of controllable. So yeah, so let's see. It's a little bit flexible, but overall right now I'm not really feeling it that much. So yeah, this frosted plastic, although it does look really nice and sleek, it does cause it to be a little bit slippery in the hands. So if you didn't know already, I did order the Gan XS. I don't know if that video will come out before or after this one, but I got the PVC coated version from Speedcube Shop. Just so that, because I know that the frosted plastic is a little bit slippery. That way it can just be a little bit grippier, and oh, yeah. So overall, I think this is a pretty good cube. Let's check corner cutting. Basically line to line. Check reverse. Yeah, so there's just a little bit, just like standard Gan cubes, there's just a little, like 5-degree mark right here where it can't cut and it'll lock up. Right there. That's where it locks up. But yeah, corner coating isn't too bad. Pretty standard for most cubes these days. Yeah, so let's see what a checkerboard pattern looks like. Yeah, these are definitely full brights. Alright, so now let's take a look at the core. Alright, right off the bat, we have the core right here. It is very similar to the Gan XS core. Ooh, it's really lubey right here. There's a lot of lube, even though it felt really dry. It's got the plastic core that they're put on the XS to make it really light. So yeah, so it's got that core, pretty free-throwing. It's not the metal cores anymore that you usually see. Let's take a look at the centerpieces. Alright, so the centerpieces are like that, and as you can see, there's little caps that keep it on. So let's get this off. Alright, then on the inside you just have the hand adjustment tool. So it's one standard spring, and then you can change the tension. Let's see. Let's get that to focus. You can't really see on here, but there is 2 or 3 settings. I think it's 0.6 and 0.8, and then 0, which is how you take it off. So there are 2 settings that you can put it at for tensioning. And yeah, now let's look at the edges and corners. Alright, so here are the edges and corners, so they're just pretty standard. And actually right now it feels kind of like it's magnetic. I think that just might be because it's kind of sticky with the lube. But yeah, so it does kind of feel magnetic right now actually. But yeah, so pretty standard for how it is. You got the honeycomb design coming all the way around. Yeah, and then you have the primary plastic on the inside. Which I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I personally do like cubes that have primary plastic, so I don't know if that changes anything, but maybe it does. But so yeah, so then you don't have the honeycomb design right here on the edge pieces. So yeah, so I can't wait to magnetize this puzzle and see how it turns out. So let's put this back together. Alright, so now that we have it put together, it is very greasy because there was a good amount of lube in there, so I guess it just needs to be broken in. Even right now, it kind of does feel a little bit better in my hands. So before you leave, let's get some stats on the cube, and yeah. Alright, so some stats. It is, of course, manufactured by Gan. It's a 3x3. Its gross weight is 118 grams. It was added 2021-9, so January 9th of 2020. It is 356 millimeters, and the item, like the cube itself, weighs 72 grams. So that is the stats on the Gan RS. Alright, so overall, I think it's a relatively good budget cube, but for $16, I think it's a little bit high, but it is a Gan, but we will just have to wait and see how it turns out after setting up and lubing, but yeah, so overall, I think it is a relatively good cube, and I can already feel that it's starting to break in, so it does take a little bit of breaking time, but yeah, so I can't wait for the next video where I put some magnets in it and see how it is. And then I can really compare it to basically a $25 magnetic cube these days. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.